As Flicker will be on the Viper.
Same thing as what we saw from Sentinels versus Sheila Gaming yesterday on that Lotus. Was a 13-9 win for Sentinels.
We're right into it.
Doing quite well on the attacking side. Well, actually both sides of that map, but straight away action opening over on the Rebel side.
And do get the haunt reveal here on Bang. No real way to try to contest him. Hyunmin just going to be rotating back. It looks like DRX not wanting to really contend for the space any further, so we'll just surrender Rebel control over to Sentinels.
Flicker back on his Viper that he debuted on versus Shelight as well.
Okay, it's a beast split.
We've also seen previously a few different types of compositions. Bane's dropped the deadlock on this map before, but right now, while trying to revise, here we go on B.
That Molly wasn't that sick. We got past it.
Thorns there.
What's the post
thrown
plant?
Forward by Zelsis. The spike gets planted. Seeing what DRX with the call looks like as they try to get their way back through here. Just going to be a quick clear on the boom bot. Second suffering a little bit of damage to the paint shell. But he's flushing them out into the open, but cannot collect any further damage.
Is it elimination match? Yes.
Paranoia now up close.
Counter
John
Paranoia.
QT just trying to hold
Good
that
counter.
F1 is still going to be rewarded with the kills. Freeing does get taken down. Trace back comes in from Narrate, finding Hyunmin. Smako tries a breakthrough. Gets the right click. Kills here on to 2. And now the defuse being started, just Celsius left standing now for Sen.
Oh, he lost the smoke.
Here's the retap, needs to try to go for it. Will be good for one, gets the dink on the Mako.
Damn.
But it's going to be the first round, the pistol here in the hands of DRX.
Yeah, but the Mako getting 2. Mako getting 2 on Broken. Whoever got 2 kills on Broken.
Would have been quite difficult.
No China, no win.
Through the baby door coming through on DRX side. Mako leading the way. That's where they find their success. And Mako will survive with a 3-0 to start things out with. On 2 banned from DRX. Sentinels. All classics across the way. Not going to see any G2 Stinger styles this early in the day.
A full investment here from DRX.
We see that DRX are fully armored up though. They don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, certainly not. A lot of teams have been leaning in towards going for the surprise outlaw buys on the attacker side from time to time. As Bang going to be able to find Mako here back Rebel. The push forward coming through, freeing, holding his own for 1. Bang collects a second. Hyunmin now dead. This is already catastrophic. What's happening? As Bang is taking over. And it's just Flicker left standing versus 4. An unbelievable reply here from Sentinels, and DRX just don't know what hit them. We'll have to see this back.
What just happened?
Because it was so damn fast.
We got it.
This Flicker on the push.
That's big, dude.
A
Who went crazy, Bang?
rip the tied up 1-1.
Yeah, found a low HP John Q, but didn't even get the chance to fire off a shot there.
Bang went
Flicker
crazy?
falling is the last one alive for
I'm begging you.
DRX, and one around from Bang. Speaking of that, all Bangs through.
We need a replay.
Didn't even need, as you said, to buy up any stingers, no outlaw, nothing. Pure classics, pure aggression.
I still didn't see Bang's POV. How'd he get 2?
Into Rubble, and it just
Sick
works
fucking
out
replay,
beautifully.
dude. Thanks, man.
It's now DRX. Early troubles.
Wait, what is that emo? It's kind of fire, eh?
Second here as well. Want to see this guy heat up nice and early.
T-Unk.
That you do. See what they have, but already a great reply. Pistol's something that were plaguing Sentinels a bit yesterday.
It's kind of fire, dude. I feel like I should get all my emos designed around that guy.
Absolutely massive. Flicker looking for the headshots here.
Wow.
We'll be able to find 1 on the Bang just before falling down. Narrate happily scooping up the Bulldog as well as the Orb. Now just going to be 1 away from that Nightfall.
Important here. I want to see what Zelsis can do about this flanking situation. Marco backed up by Hyunmin.
If you can't see it, you probably need to get 7 TV.
The past 2 series that I've seen him in constant first bloods against enemy teams. Is Marco going to check this in time, but they're walking through 1 by 1. Does Zelsis know there's a secondary member? It's Hyunmin's opportunity.
Just playing ring around the rosy here on the box, and eventually Zelsis is able to win that one out. Just down to Fring to see if he can make this a little bit more costly, and he shall.
Damn.
And second, falling.
Wow.
QT,
nah, come on,
dead.
guys. Keep it clean.
It's not going to be in a recoverable spot. Haunt destroyed. Sends out the tether.
Nice.
Won't be able to do anything else.
Nah,
decent
that was not
damage there
good,
from
bro.
DRX, but still going to be Sentinels gaining the lead 2-1.
Yeah, they'll pick up Zekin's rifle there as well, so Narrate will have Nightfall in hand.
Let's go.
As full guns will come on through first. Alt online. Nightfall's not that far from Fring as well. That real last-minute situation for Fring where he starts to pick up a kill. Will accelerate him ever so slightly. It's 2 rounds in a row, though, that we're getting quite a bit of early action here. Rather 3 rounds in a row, 2 around Rubble, this time around Mound. And this shutdown on the flank, pretty massive for Zelsis to make sure that they have
Nobody watched Waterfall?
in their control.
Yeah, I don't know how they were so surprised by him walking out. I mean, Zach got surprised and John just unlucky. Whatever.
Does allow him to similarly try to catch up in regards to the Nightfalls. Just going to
Oh
be
my
1
god,
charge
this
away.
is bad.
Hyunmin has it in position.
Never mind.
Smoke
That
goes
wall
far.
dropping.
Mako able to
Nice.
find 1, but Sen coming away with now 3.
Nice.
Hyunmin, Mako freeing, all dead on the floor. Rotation's beginning.
Good job.
This Flicker looks to join in alongside Bane, but ultimately, do you try to make a go of this? Economy going to be in the dumps. Maybe a timeout on the horizon here for DRX.
Looking like a save to Nate. The Sentinels, once again, they dismantle this A aggression shown by DRX previously. Sen only knew the classics, of course, put the weapons in their hands.
What do they got for A fight? They have a Neon,
Sun, Fade Seas,
Omen Paranoia.
Let DRX win the pistol. This is 3 rounds going awry for them to prevent any
Honestly,
sort of
our wall like makes
momentum,
that A fight so hard for them. Because anyone that's fighting in the back gets separated.
In terms of how the rounds are going.
But they all went past the wall and
really
died.
I
don't know how they died.
Other than util
I mean, I saw the Neon get seized.
Still going to have that Nightfall going forward. Use that to just try to
either way,
save
this
off
is
any
big
kind of
for us.
thrifty attempt
Ults will
if
come
things
up
start getting
soon.
dicey. But yeah, Sentinel's looking fantastic thus
Zealous
far.
is on fucking 9K already.
Curious to see if Termi does opt to go ahead and call the timeout nice
I know
and
this
early.
is a team Tarik, but they're really bad. They're not really bad. They're just out of form. They're out of shape.
Timer's still ticking down.
Just need a. They need to
just a delayed
like,
call. It seems
get
like
some
momentum
the players to
going.
their own devices.
See what the buys are going to be. As I wonder, okay, maybe we are going to get, okay, there's a tech pause instead.
Pause, all right.
Okay, well, we do have a pause coming on through. Hopefully it won't be too long, obviously. We are watching the P stream, P for pause, I'm kidding. But yeah, an important round now, as money quite low, save 2 rifles, Nightfall available. And for DRX, stopping this momentum from Sentinels after Sentinels taking away that second round.
It looks like something here on the DRX side with Hyunmin. So
Mako just took a drug.
Case.
Mako just took a drug.
We'll see.
Mako, we saw you, bro.
Sorted pretty quickly and get back into the action. Sentinels would love to keep up the momentum here.
Wait, I actually saw what he took. You guys know those little watermelon candies? I don't know what it's called. Like little, it's like jelly. Watermelon little jelly candy.
Thus far.
It's in like a little plastic fucking.
A bit of a steadier start compared to what he was seeing. He was very stressed out yesterday.
I don't know what they're called. Even if I heard the name, I wouldn't know.
Sentinels again 13 and 9.
It's not Sour
second
Patch.
half. Defensive side, Sentinels absolutely crushed XLG.
Was impersonating Angel.
Attacking side rounds 3
Angel
through
chills.
to 8, 6 in a row for
Not
Sentinels.
Haribo.
So once you get this team going, this train doesn't stop for quite some time.
Okay, I think we're starting.
But
Looks like
DRX
a short
recognizing,
pause.
okay, well, we've already lost our anti-eco. Momentum shifting pretty massively. Sentinels could absolutely go on a bit of a run here, particularly because DRX's money not looking fantastic. And despite saving those 2 guns, look at where the rest of the cash is. 3 pistols to me.
2 rifles on DRX.
Marshall in the hands of Mako. Fairly rare sight. If he's going to be able to
I think John is on a new crosshair or a different crosshair color. I don't know.
Not going to be hitting the note.
Up against the 1 member of Sentinels that is on light armor. That's the only. Well, there it is.
Okay.
Well, he does a headshot too, so maybe he didn't even get the body. But Marshall already doing some work.
Again,
Mako. Trade this. Nice shot, bro. Let's go.
I was going to say former Jet main, so does have plenty of sniping experience, but that is a great shot.
Flicker's been playing well for DRX too. Watch out, buddy. Watch out.
Second calling for his teammate to get the hell out of the way. And goes bounding.
Watch the molly. Good molly, bro.
Not going to get cleared here. We'll send for now. We'll have the sights. He's
okay, what's our post
minor amount of decay, but ultimately not finding too much as freeing.
Saw him.
Tagged out. Decayed as well as the tether does connect.
Watch the Nightfall. Freeing's going to get ready for this one. If a narrate as well, falling off the site, you can tell he's also prepped for it.
Wait, is Freeing going to fade
will be played into this one.
There he's doing it.
It's a really heftier investment if they want to try to go for it. Looks like they're going to try to just scale off the paranoia here without that audio in play.
Oh my God,
Second
is fucking aggressive.
Bane gets on the board, recovers a weapon, but Second's there from behind.
Holy shit, did you see that? He just ran at them.
The audio, the lack of it, working against them. They get a little bit of damage, but cannot find
Happy 20 young,
Sentinels
thank you.
continue down 4-1.
Thank
What
you.
a bounce back in terms of picks as well. It's okay, well, you lose Zelsis, but the rate so sharp at the moment. We saw what this guy was capable yesterday as well.
They got fatal.
Just a single pixel and Flicker is.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them got it,
for
but yeah.
rookie Flickers. So far in the tournament, he has been the guy on the other side of that, finding that pixel shot. Usually Sheriff.
He got all of them. Oh, I see.
DRX putting the trust into him.
And that does lead into the timeout call here. Termi looking to stem the bleeding from DRX. Starting on the defending side, Lotus internationally, in Pacific it'll sometimes be a defender side of the map, but internationally, we typically do see it trend more in towards that.
Thoughts in the tournament so far?
But they know that the 1 round at the moment is not.
I mean,
really
it's very
going
different
to be
than what we're used to. I think like
4, 5.
I don't really care about
for them, and there's time to do it.
I mean, I do like to see like different
have
like
to have your concerns for DRX.
Last time DRX played
segments.
Lotus as well was against
I think they've done some good segments with the players, like in between the maps. But apart from that, like the tournament has not been that great, to be honest. Observer has been rough.
As well.
It seems like the players are playing online servers.
A lot of changes occurring. Look at this.
It also has been rumored they're getting packet loss.
Yeah, tiny amount of his head still popping up available.
There's been a lot of tech pauses.
You're just not able to see
the UI is delayed.
And without the audio, no footsteps to tell.
We can hear the players cheering before the round's over.
Play call looks like here's Paint Shell going to be flying, and Kevin is forced to forward. Does manage to find one. Looks for a little bit more, but cannot do so. Freeing is there. Showstopper going to be locked in. Some damage found, but Freeing collects himself a second elimination. The second does fall. And that's going to be DRX in with an advantage for the first time since the pistol round. Strong QT narrowly able to recover the spike, but down to 5 HP. And the first share of this on Zelsis' back, and he's able to find the first.
I was going to say, the first time the DRX are winning around that Rebel side as well, but now Zelsis opening up mid, allowing John Cutie to follow through as well.
He can't get in, he can't get in.
Rotating over
is maybe he goes C and Zelsis flanks C.
Further into spawn now, it's going to be Zelsis.
Watch out, my
potential
kitten.
backstab, but Flicker might have the shot.
Seems like he has the read on this, but Zelsis has the headshot. And suddenly we're into a 2v2. HP advantage is very much in the hands
Zelsis one off ults. Give me plant, give me plant, give me plant, give me plant.
Far more costly than they might have anticipated.
And look at the plant. This is going to give the Steel Garden over as well. Perfect play.
They have Fade ult though.
Again, John's low HP here. That could be one of the big problems.
I don't hate this by John. He's 5 HP. Fuck it.
Nightfall.
He has the Vandal. If he can get the one-tap headshot, that could be the difference maker.
Oh, he's going to get both.
He's going to be going.
He got both of them.
The audio as the weapons get scooped up.
They're worried about flank.
Okay, has them down low, but yeah,
wait, this
played is very slowly. Like weapons now recovered. Time
this Visol was used very well.
This is Mako and Freeing need to make a move with this one. Zelsis holding close, finds a headshot.
Zelsis.
Tap of the defuse. Mako waiting for the push. Reads it well. Still has to contend with John QT. 5 HP. The hold the half.
Oh, I lost. Nice try, John.
Narrowly able to make it happen. 0.45 seconds remaining.
I think he played it correctly. It just sucks where the smoke was compared to the spike. I know it looks like he dropped the ball. I know he looks like he sold, but I think it was hard, man. Only thing I would change from him is he jumps in with a classic. But what if he doesn't kill him fast enough?
My goodness.
I think that was a little unlucky.
Good as well. You start to see Zelsis
should have been John first. It just worked out this way because Zelsis was closer.
Rotating then onto C.
I don't think he played that as bad as you guys are making this seem.
And Mako
I'll be honest.
Playing within a smoke. No paranoia available.
I know it looked. I
Impatience
don't think it was that bad.
Man,
I think he played it fine actually. Just couldn't get the kill fast enough. Wow, wait, this is an insane A-take by DRX. Holy fuck. That Fade Eye with the Neon Wall is insane. Late Fade Eye for Neon to run out with scans?
Gonna have DRX starting to get into a place of comfort and build up a bit of an
that would have been a
economy.
really nice round to have.
Fire there onto Flicker, puts him down low, forces a reposition out of the Viper. Strong QT does manage to get the pit online with the orb take.
Boostio made that question. I'm not saying because it's John I'm being biased or whatever. If it was bad, I will say. Like I think it was bad, but I don't think it was as bad as you guys are making it seem.
Or spotted utility, that's opportunity now, right? Well played. Marco had no idea what hit him. Just sees the smoke, leave the hands of Marco, and instantly narrate hits.
And that now forces a lot more attention
towards
that ace.
My goal is to watch the game as objectively as possible for no matter who the fuck is playing, but
out in front of that. Just way forward. Bane with a quick peek.
But I guess I probably do have a little bit of a soft spot for SEN.
This is where the spike is looking to be laid to rest.
I won't defend the bad play. Wait, we're getting the kills.
A 2v3 advantage here to the side of Sentinels. As the pit immediately goes through.
He's already in. Oh my, that's unlucky. You have to say that's unlucky. You have to say that's fucking unlucky, bro. Oh my god, it's 2 rounds in a row that we got fucking robbed on.
Seconds remaining. Noise.
No.
The spot out. The haunt cleared.
So hard now. 8 seconds. No time.
Oh
my god. Oh
go
my
ahead and put him
god.
down early. Gets himself a 3K.
That's 2 rounds in a row. Do we pause?
We got a nice little preview of Fruing.
No, I think we're playing good.
I think
we're playing good. Don't pause, personally.
Basically, the last member alive gets a couple of kills in there. I think this guy's got some aim on him today.
I mean, to be honest,
and a rescue operation as well, considering
I think we're playing
Bane
good still.
Maybe losing a little bit of patience there. Bane and Flicker both falling on site, allowing advantage back over towards Sentinels after Sentinels were down 2 members themselves.
But you think a timeout is justified here?
Coming down to
the reason I don't think it's as justified,
and the classic to finish things
unless
off,
people are tilted, but we lost rounds unluckily. It's not like we're playing bad. We're playing good.
Towards their victory. Slipped through the fingers barely.
I don't hate it.
And 2 in a row. That's going to be a little bit brutal here for Sen City, and we'll see.
I sound nervous.
They can trying to get themselves back into the driver's seat. Still in a good position. Still plenty of rounds to be played out in this half, so they can still express some dominance. With the momentum building up here.
Probably
for
about the A Rubble fight. Yeah, maybe about the A fight. It could be about the A fight.
Like
this was insane by then.
Has shown that in his own right. One of those IGLs that get a very solid understanding of your game plan, your tendencies.
Who's the best team at this event?
And then use those against you.
Probably PRX.
A couple rounds of play.
Just through the Viper's pit as well, man. Freeing the monster.
/ Fnatic. And then probably NRG too. They're on the honeymoon, dude.
As I said yesterday, Sentinels had 6. Let's really put the pressure onto Sheila, and now DRX stem the bleeding early, recover the economy early as well. Once more aggression over.
Is it buy? Second has an AWP on attack.
Very keen to play towards this. Lost it a couple times, won it a couple times, and this time will entirely push Sentinels out. Operator offensively for Zelsis as well, by the way. Big shift up now over towards Mount.
This is elimination, yes.
That's
nice.
John QT
I saw it on UI.
well.
Big kill by John.
Being back, anticipating this aggression.
John Min
Question is for Sen, do they anticipate the judge? It looks like Wolfang certainly did not.
I mean,
trying to TP forward. Wall goes up, locks out the
we
remaining
probably have
players.
to clear the smoke.
So far, find ourselves here with this 1-to-1.
Better?
Celsius
I don't
with
know.
the op in hand. Taps the door, peeking in towards upper here at the B site.
See where the spike goes as well. As a bit of a lean in coming through from Narrate, looking into Marco. Prowler is going to get the information. Both sides receiving that one a little bit.
We're going to
Forced to
MB.
back away, clear of the haunt. Marco just backpedaling steadily, will get himself over onto the site safely.
Lower stream volume, you can barely hear me.
Possibly.
Chat?
They're not going to walk too far
Can
forward.
you guys
into
barely hear
Marco,
me?
respecting
30
the
seconds
possibility
left.
of extra defenders being there. And the Viper wall.
One guy,
The
okay.
operator's been disguised this entire time. Shot hasn't really rung out, so still an opportunity for them to try to catch DRX off guard. Is trying to play anti-flash is freeing.
12
They're just storming
seconds.
forward. You can see
No
eating
ults.
that flash themselves.
10 seconds.
Careful,
Right now coming
careful.
through. Mako
Spike
suspicious about this poison orb. Sees the push
Wow,
out.
it's
John
a big
QT just a
fucking
little
kill.
bit faster.
4v2.
Mako should have been advantaged. John comes away
Good
with a
trade.
crossfire angle.
He should
Second
save,
finds
as
Bane.
well.
And
Good
that's how
job.
just Flicker asked to try to clutch, but
No money.
in all likelihood, we'll have to just go on the save.
Well done.
HP, no money.
Well done.
Well,
John's
we
looking
still
better
have
today.
The information that the operator was revealed there. And
You have to
Marco
kill.
losing out over towards Baby Door side.
Nice.
Unfortunate. And John is even going to prevent Flicker as well.
Watch
Sharp
the
today.
score on the second game. Let me see.
Nice flick over onto Marco, and
Carmine
Sentinels
Corb is
after
winning
attack
versus
falls coming
Billy
on
Billy
through.
7-2.
will find themselves a nice little B plant round. Just completely annihilating Freeing in that spot as well.
That's off a decent start there, Freeing. Knowing that that flash was going to be coming through, just gets caught off guard as they just absolutely flood out of the smoke. Thrifty attempt now here for the side of DRX, just a bulldog
I know,
in the hands
that's
of
there,
Freeing as he
guys, saw
buys
that.
down the 1250. Do have the overdrive from Hyunmin.
We have a lot of ults actually, so there's still an opportunity here. Of course, we've already seen what a Thrifty can do on the Sentinel
Ops
side
on
on that round number
Zelsis,
2.
half by DRX. They got
might be
4
looking to do
ults.
is honestly give up some space. They still want this Rubble control, but you can get Sentinels into a position where they go for a B plant, C plant, something like that. Steel guard and overdrive on top. Force them to the sidearms. There's an opportunity.
Look how careful Sentinels have to be here. A little bit concerned that DRX are going to make a play happen.
Jump spot.
Push into Marco.
It's just the classic. Sat here behind the rock, goes for the swing.
Nice. Zelsis upping. I haven't
Second will
seen
take a
that.
little bit of damage, but Zelsis
This is his first.
quick on the trigger.
Oh my
finds
god,
it,
he
lurk
walked
out
in on
from the
Eco?
fade.
Nah,
Breaks open
narrate, that
C
is
site, and
crazy,
could just be the
dog.
quick pivot
He
here
walked
for
through the
Sentinels.
smoke on Eco.
This stage is why DRX have to know.
My brother had the
bunch of
read,
them
I guess, huh?
compromised. Bane's already gone looking. He wouldn't mind a free upgrade here. But the rotations have been called over. Safer for Sen to go where they know.
Okay, we just need
it is
Narrative not
clear,
die to this stinger.
At least for now.
I think he's going to be fine, though. Timing.
Gap is shortened. Timing nearly there,
my
but doesn't
God.
actually swing the corner. Narrate will collect a headshot. Bane now dead.
There's
Need
12
to
and
give the
4.
situation. Trying to go for the overdrive.
30 seconds.
Well, he's doing it.
He's
He's going to
ulting?
go for it. And immediately
What
will
the
be shut
fuck was
down.
that?
Seems like
That
just
was
the
bad.
state of things here for DRX and the majority of these rounds so far. Sentinels look to lock up 6 for the
That
half.
was bad.
You can see a scenario
That's what
as well
I...
where,
Okay,
you know,
personally,
numbers are more
and I don't
even
know if
for
I'm jumping the
DRX.
gun here, 'cause I don't know
Potentially even
Hyunmin well enough,
5v5.
but I feel like that's what
Okay, well,
inexperienced
Freeing
Neon would
late in
do.
these rounds, okay. Not expecting him to
That's
one
an
versus
inexperienced
five.
Neon
Always
play.
go for the 2 late. What I'm trying to get towards is overdrive, steel guard, and remove the weapons from Sentinels. Could start to make that a little bit workable. Especially if it's on a small site like C, where steel guard can definitely hit. Marco, you know, just sort of freely swing that one, no util place. Paranoid.
Well, literally, that's what I would do as Neon, because I don't know how to play the
Difficult
character
round,
that well.
I think, for DRX to be able to really navigate, but yeah, Freeing will just
Maybe
collect his
misclick?
tax and move on.
I don't think so. He did it and ran forward.
Back into a
I
buy.
don't know.
Still 4 ultimates to
Maybe.
work with, but Narrate another Nightfall online. Their own Steel Garden as well as Bang with it from the shadows. Sentinels
I like that peek.
really lacking
Oh,
in that
careful
regard
though.
themselves.
Second
Flicker going to be
time.
forward on Mount.
Okay, I wonder if
Second
he
time
knows
that
he could be
Flicker's walked
out.
up on the
Like,
Mount
I hope
side as well.
Zelsis
Last time
realizes
punished
he could be
heavily
out.
by Narrate, although I don't think Flicker was considering that he could
Wait,
just
he's
die
backing
that
up.
quickly.
He's about to get a lot of attention, and he's just going to be
Oh,
strafing
perfect.
right through.
It's perfect.
Celsius holding onto the
a
operator,
free
continuing
sight.
to find value from it. C-site
We're
now
mollied,
completely broken
though.
open. TP forward here from Bang. Goes ahead and ensures
Fatal's
that.
wasted, but that's okay. We got info. They have a lot of ults for retake.
DRX now in a very rough position.
Do they go for
Mako
this?
Still a world
They're
away.
saving.
Just now starting to
Wait, no,
work his
sorry.
way
Vice
across,
is...
but
Never mind. He's going
honestly,
waterfall to ult. Never mind.
4v5. Wouldn't be
Vice
shocked if they end up
ults.
calling for a save.
Really just getting a lot of value.
Fatal
in the early
Vice
operator
ults.
pick.
Okay, we're ready for the
Zelsis
Vice
had
ults.
that
We're
in
going to
his
play
hands for
out
quite some time now,
preemptively.
several rounds.
It's going to be an
We're
all-in
preemptively
gamut
playing
here.
out,
Steel
right?
Garden gets sent.
Oh,
as
wait,
well
that's a
as that
deep Vice
Nightfall.
ult.
Sen just fall off though.
Okay,
Look
2
at
of
that.
us dodged it.
Yep, leaving Zekin.
Wait,
looking
Zach's
forward
in
into
a...
the
I like how he
smoke.
played this in the smoke.
Couple shots flying through.
Oh,
There's
nice
the
scan.
reveal. He's able to find one.
Great
Mako
timing on the
pushing forward,
gun.
Shut down a second.
Good job, bro. He did his
Tears
job.
them asunder.
It's planted for Mount as well.
2 kills,
Wait.
freeing now. Needing to do
We're
so
chilling. Good job.
very
Good
much,
job.
but
This
only
is
has
a great
1
round by
HP.
us. Great round by
Bane
us.
will not be able
Flicker
to make it
fucked up.
happen. Sentinels confirm themselves in a advantageous position at the half. Could potentially
They could have had a
even get
Neon ult for
themselves
this.
a 9-3 scoreline
Honestly,
now.
Neon ults could have been
As
good
well,
for them there.
Holding strong on site. Not everyone can afford to fall off. He'll take the brunt of the ultimates being used by DRX. Perfect timing as well to get the Phantom back in his hands after Steel Garden wears off, but the rest of Sentinels clearly falling off over towards Mound. They're going to be able to come back on in, start with that early operator. Reveal's going to give Zekin that initial kill, and then so long until DRX can really push in and make use of the ultimate expenditure. I mean, they really put a lot into that round.
Outlaw?
Now it's going to be an outlaw in alongside the operator.
Yeah, they have 5 light armors. What does he have?
Double sniper setup.
Marshall.
Showstopper also in the back pocket here for Zekin.
Oh, it's a
it's
C
still
stack.
available, but
We have a raise
Thrifty.
rocket.
always becomes that much more difficult to really pull the trigger on using these ultimates.
Is he going to rocket in, or what's
Well,
the
smoke
move?
did come down over onto C.
Showstopper up and over the top. Gonna be a
is
little bit
bad.
of botch there from Zekin. Damage
I
not
did not
found.
like this.
And a wall staves off any forward scaling here from Sentinels. And for DRX, they're going to be happy to just get that ult out of the way, not have to worry about it for the rest of this.
Could have been scary as well because
I think
really
we've re-hit
it's a big
C.
rotation from
I think we've
DRX, seeing
re-hit
the one
C.
smoke come on through.
Let's
Obviously
see what they
rewarded
do.
given the fact that the showstopper was confirmed. They stopped that entire push. But had that been a fake, Sentinels had essentially the rest of the map open to them.
0-2
slow
for
things down.
Rosas.
I start leaning over towards pillar side, and
Where was his first
DRX
one?
are responding in kind as well.
Oh yeah, it was
Having popped the wall, they know they
wasn't
have
it on
decent
C as well?
access odds
Or
into
was it
the
on
B site.
B?
Looks like they're just going to go ahead. A 1-2-2 split for Sentinels. Is
Paranoia A Rebel. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember.
Re-wrap.
That was an insane prowler kill coming through from Bang over a mount as well, because that's just a nice
Wait, Fade's
every
lurking
piece
up
of
A.
evasion.
Got the kill.
Rain,
He has
able to
A.
find Mako.
Can we
Just
make it to
lurking
A?
forward.
No, we're
to
gonna
the
end B,
side, but
right?
Looking like it might just be a B crunch now.
We're ending B.
Gunman goes over to Baby Door, does manage to find the shot.
kill.
Takes him down, weapon can be recovered.
Oh,
Paint
he's
shell can be
peeking.
flying
Oh
at him.
my. He's running
Gunman
through.
is
He's
able
running
to find
through.
another. Scales forward, looking for a
Fuck,
little bit
we
more.
lost.
And Gunman massacres them all!
Give him a
He's
gun, give him
timing
an
the
ace.
nade. They had no idea he could be there.
It starts
all
with
he
a
needed.
sheriff
Oh my
and
God,
just
everyone
takes
had
them
his
all
back to
down.
Yeah,
him.
why not? Shut down the flank. Open up things for DRX.
I mean,
Beautiful.
that gap has to be
Clutch up
accounted
coming
for,
on through.
right? That he can be in the smoke past
One
the nade.
upgraded and suddenly Human
Surely they
turns
replay.
online. This guy, we've seen how sharp he's been so far.
Stream's
Overall,
lagging.
certainly at EWC, despite the losses.
Replay?
DRX can feel a lot more confident, although still trailing in this half so far. That one was required for DRX.
It's a shame not to have a replay of that one, but Hyunmin.
More than anything, I feel bad for Hyunmin. Brother's going to go back in the VOD to see his ace. We saw nothing.
And last time as we go into the last round.
Trophy picked up from Zelsis' body.
That's 3 rounds we lost this half that arguably we shouldn't have lost, by the way.
Enjoy that. And he will. God. He is lapping it up.
I don't understand.
It's going to be Zek and first blooded.
This half is 7-5. It's going to end up, but it could have been like fucking 10-2.
SEN have been doing well without Zekin in several of their round wins.
But I guess if I look at it that way, like, we probably won some rounds we shouldn't have.
The SEN duelist.
We'll see if Zelsis ends up dropping his own off. 4 Zekin's rifle as well. A lot of info and bullets being traded on this side of the map so far. Human is going to back off at least slightly.
All right, cutting over towards that baby door. Does manage to find Mako, freeing now, striking, sends out the haunt.
3v3.
Shorty in hand, wanted to try to jump on corner, but freeing Snappy with that headshot gets the readjust to find John QT.
Oh, no fucking way. It was a bit of a solo
Reinforcements
swing,
on their way, and Zelsis will be able to find the kill. Now
double
storming
flank.
forward.
He has no idea. Wait, what?
34 seconds remaining. Could try to go over towards the C site, but just doesn't have the information on Flicker and Bane.
Yeah, they can work together so well here.
It's double flank, my kid. The worst part is if you walk C, they're going to be on his tail. Oh, they're already on your tail. They're on your tail, bro.
In the water, they're surrounding him now. Needs to try to separate, but cannot. Bane will find the headshot.
7-5 is crazy.
Widely are able to recover this half. Considering how things had started, dropping that thrifty in round number 2.
Yeah.
They run it back 5-7.
They drop a thrifty and then they say we'll win one of our own off of our duelist star player Human. 5-7. Not a bad recovery considering the 4 rounds in a row that SEN managed to get early on, completely shutting the door onto DRX.
Okay, half break. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to the Donies.
Pretty good for most of that, despite the rounds being lost. Human locking in towards the end.
Thank
a slow one
to
Flicker and Marco to come in today.
Where are we at?
We're good to see at least one player minimum, despite the losses. Freeing, he nearly really made Sentinel sweat a couple times, but obviously there was that one defuse round for Marco that was pretty tight as well. 0.45 on that defuse. Kind of just staving off Sentinels from running away.
Force him with the $5, Esther with the $10, LBMB with the $10, Aquatic with the $5, Anonymous with the $5, Holy Pioneer with the $25, Sunny with the $10, Mortal with the $25. Thank you guys. If you don't know, we're doing a charity for Gamers Outreach. We'll talk more about it after the map. But appreciate everyone who's donated so far. We're coming up on $1,000 here quickly. So thank you guys.
See if that comes into play as we just go ahead and rewind back to some of the moments here from this first half.
Really, a lot of this also came down to the fact that DRX just had plenty of rounds where they didn't quite have full weaponry saved, I think at least twice.
What are those little boxes on desk of each player? The little audio mixers?
Like John Cutie. But then you have these insane moments as well. With a very clutch half-second defuse, freeing popping off, Human popping off.
And that's
those 5 rounds.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're rooting for DRX here in this set, because, you know,
still not showing the ace. They don't have it.
Of kickoff coming into stage 1, the year 2025 for DRX. Hyunmin was one of those players that people were saying, like, okay, this guy could be rookie of the year. He is looking absolutely electric, and then he's kind of been surpassed by a couple different names.
Like him going back and forth
on RRQ after their placement there at the top of the stage. I mean, now you've got
I missed it. I missed it.
Who's looking like he could very much be in contending.
All right, here we go. 7-5.
Men on paper Rex.
Well,
Kevin wants to remind everybody what he's capable of.
Sentinels and Zek in particular felt the wrath 11 BBL in an earlier game.
Unc, how you doing? I'm chilling, bro.
See if they can hold on to this 2-round lead as we swap the sides over. DRX saw at the top of the leaderboard there on the entire server, despite being 2 rounds down. It's freeing.
7-7? Why are you guys saying 7-7? Are you guys spoiling the fucking game to me?
He's got the ghost. That's
going to be fucking trolling me.
One of his key weapons.
YouTube ahead.
Just be an absolute menace and a headshot machine.
With a gun in hand.
Sentinel's happy to leave A open here as well.
I'll be pissed though.
Just a single shear to block through movement on the stairs side. Nothing onto tree, but they are being rewarded right now. It's Marco testing the waters here.
Who still got pistol? True.
Right. Going on an exploration, and Bane
oh my God.
Asleep. Might have been checking the mini-map there. Does manage to safely reposition himself there.
The Raid's hit better shots than that. We've seen the Raid delete players, as Flicker well knows. Bane lucky to get out with his life.
Am I going to Paris Champs?
Down to 59. For now,
probably, yeah.
DRX looking at just trying to wait out these smokes, but you still have thorns, a snake bite waiting for you.
Flicker's gone exploring. And this is where that gap in the map may be revealed.
Volley?
However,
Paranoia.
Thorns coming through, slide forward though. Hyunmin ahead of it all, finding one, looking for the readjust,
Nice.
cannot get it done. Thorns take down Mako.
30 seconds left.
They're going B. No, they're going A.
The assist in from John QT, and now the call to pivot across towards that
They're
A
actually
site is
going
gonna be
A,
coming
20
through as
seconds.
Flicker
They have a free
scales
site,
forward,
though.
but they still don't know if the site is completely open.
They'll be
yeah, well,
post
they're about to
plant.
discover that. This is what I'm talking about. The Flicker was exploring on that
They
side
have a
of the
nade
map.
for post.
And once they realize it certainly is going to be open, still enough time, barely to plant, but they got to get their move on. And they barely have enough numbers here as well. Utility looking a little bit more bare free, waiting for timing for Haunt. Losing Marco here, no paranoia.
Do we need pit? Where does Zek nade?
Flicker. Can we find that rookie aim once again coming through from drop? This would be insane.
Nade pit.
Holding close, but
Ooh,
it's a little
whiff.
bit
Good
whiffy,
job.
unable to find it there.
20
Flicker,
HP. They know he's there.
quite a bit of damage suffered. He and Bane.
Good hold,
low.
good hold.
Flicker now dead. Bane needing to do everything.
Smoke him out.
He's low.
He's low, spots him out. The double wrap, just trying to spam through, finds the first, repositions.
Oh
but the
my
push
god,
from
I don't know
Bang
what's happening with
is
these
there on
fucking
time.
spoilers. I thought for a
Sentinels,
second he killed us all.
1-to-1 in pistols, still in the
Good
lead.
job.
The
Holy
DRX
fuck.
3 members, they just didn't end up helping each other. Flicker probably didn't want to reveal his positioning early, but eventually peeps out for the single headshot, and then really far away is Bane all the way in tree. Left on a bit of an island as he has to watch
7-7.
battle against it all.
7-7.
But this opening, yeah, I mean,
I feel better
Marco
compared to yesterday. I
to the
do.
Razor.
I do feel better today.
A little bit upsetting here.
I
and
feel
just
much
discovering a
better.
little bit too
Thank you for
late in the
asking.
round. The compromised defense over on A. I mean,
Let's go, baby. Come
can
on,
imagine
baby.
give Flicker a
Come
little bit more
on,
time
baby.
to work it, and he
Come
suddenly
on.
discovers how free it is, and then you have a big rotation.
Just one sheriff in hand, otherwise
Eco round.
classics.
Eco round, please, bro.
DRX
Eco
would
fucking
love
round,
to
please.
replicate some of the magic that
It's the hardest
Sentinels
round of the
pulled
fucking
off
game.
Themselves a thrifty, but odds are going to be looking a bit slim.
Flicker is waiting. Smoke's gone, though.
There.
Little jump peek there from Narrate. Some shots ringing out. Confirms presence as sees to grab there for a brief moment.
Uh-oh.
Bang also fired a shot as well, so now you have to start considering how many players are here for Sentinels.
Paranoia.
Paranoia in hand. He's
Oh,
going to
God.
catch a lot.
It
Smoke it,
absolutely
please. Get
destroy
out.
them with this paranoia.
They're out.
Sends it. Prowler does get the top.
Prowler.
Flicker's able to find one. Henman going to be traded up, and Narrate pushing forward, looking for a little bit more. Ends up falling, and in the end,
How
it's
do
gonna
they
be a couple
take
weapons
that so
recovered here
easily?
as we go into a 3v3. Second, however, arriving a lot
Oh
faster
my
than they
God,
might have
good job.
anticipated.
That was
Does manage to
labored.
take down the Bane here on the opposite side and doesn't suffer too much damage in the process. Freeing still just the classic in hand.
Yeah, he didn't manage to pick up an upgrade. That's going to be a little bit upsetting here. Paranoia sees available, but
Nice.
Freeing just goes up rope. No help from Marco.
Spots one, the drop down. Mako looking to try to clutch it out. One of the TP reposition, but there's a snake bite there. Finds one more, makes
Oh
it
my
costly.
God.
Sentinels ultimately will be able to persevere here in the anti-eco.
Lost too many members. Zekin coming through from Baby Doll really hurt this team of DRX on their attempt to push on through.
Why is this shit so
Started
stressful?
off okay, considering they're not the team that has weapons yet. Getting that winning trade over towards Rubble is a good start. Not having the extra weapon onto
What
Bang
the
hurts
fuck,
you a little bit.
bruh?
And the last two members of DRX, unfortunately not able to trade off each other despite Marco's best efforts.
1K accomplished. I'm going to thank all the donations after the map. Thank you, guys.
See what this looks like. And it's tooling around with a couple
W.
different ideas. Looks like Zekin's going to be landing on that stinger after all. Had
Okay.
Bucky hovered
This is
for
our
a
bonus.
bit,
It's
which
fucking shit. We have
from the
4A.
defending side, we've
I
seen
like that we have a shit
value be
bonus and we're
found, mostly
gambling
in the hands of
4A to
Forsaken
start the
playing
round.
outside of A. Fastlane going to be sent. Relay bolt, the bounce, the haunt reveal, however, and Zekin ignoring that.
Nice.
It's just out for blood. Finds one, but the trade back is going to be big here for the side of DRX.
Do you know
Now it's bound
Banks
upon us.
here?
Narrate
Or, John,
similarly
sorry.
ends up 6 feet under.
See what John can do here.
Prowler will spot him.
Fuck.
Key information is Bane.
Fuck, nice try.
And finding himself another kill
Fucking
here.
Fade Dog is so annoying,
Let the
bro.
outcome through.
Actually.
Celsius. It's all
Fade is-
about trying to
Fade's
see if
kid
he
is
can
so
do some
annoying. I
damage.
mean, honestly,
Hyunmin
well-designed
and Bane,
agent.
both players at risk.
Do I play games off stream?
Any
Very
kills, any
rarely.
weapons left on the floor is going to be value here for Sentinels.
Wonder if this is just going to be
Really
an exit
no.
play here as well. He's revealed his positioning. At this point, DRX, they
I
don't
mean,
need
I
to walk
played
into
Mario
this.
Party off stream a couple
Just let
days ago.
Celsius die to spike, drop his stinger,
But that's like,
call it a day, collect your 6, move on.
yeah.
Plant from Free,
not
by the
really.
way, does activate his Nightfall for next round.
And that's going to be a critical one as we go into the first buy of the second half. DRX going to be 3
You don't even play
rounds
games
away,
on stream. Retweet.
trying to tie things up.
Hold.
Again, getting that momentum going, the gears turning from that
wow.
side. Oh, Celsius, a cheeky little play. Fring certainly didn't anticipate that.
He actually upgraded, so he shot on the Stinger. And then you have DRX like, okay, he's got a Stinger. We'll get out of Stinger range. That's fine. He upgrades onto his teammate's Bulldog, and DRX just kind of
matching donations? I'm matching 5K,
I didn't see that coming either. That was pretty nice to end things out from. Just a cute little play. The DRX, though. 16-14 for Fring.
First gun round here.
Go. It's the two Fade players that have been doing quite a decent amount so far.
They have Fade ults. We're giving up A, it looks like.
If you look at the armors for Sentinels, not pretty here. As it's even Bang deciding to want Guardian in full armor, or is it going to be Phantom and Light? And, well, he'll choose the Phantom.
Looks like fast lane, a little bit of a delayed push, but Haunt can't get cleared, so Mako does get noted back rubble. Smoke forward at stairs. Now the Viper will try to scale off of if they can advance forward past John QT's.
Seconds 2 off his ult.
Look at the rotations already, Sentinels.
Okay, they have full A control. I'm guessing they're going to take tree and just fade ult, eh?
Oh, they're
going to fade ult before they even take it.
Nightfall going to be able to connect on the 2. That
no,
can be dodged
man.
by Second, but he can't dodge those shots apparently. Flicker just finds him over at stairs. Bang still holding close.
They're holding
there,
the line.
double stacking the angle.
They're going B though. They're going B.
They cleaned up
Celsius.
Mako, and now it's going to be called to try to pivot forward here into the B side. Celsius position going to be noted.
Okay, he got one. Fuck it. He got one. Fuck it.
Catastrophic for DRX. Lose out on their Viper, but Hyunmin is there.
Hard skipping a beat there for your DRX. And
Double
also
broken.
For myself as well.
Our timing seems decent.
Situation. Waiting to see
they hear
what else
them.
can happen here. John Cutie on a flank. Bang coming
Nice,
in. He's
Bang.
good for it.
Do we expect heaven? Do we expect heaven?
Hyunmin now. 2v3. Bang rather. Low on
Good
HP,
trade.
but Bang can only collect the 1.
Jiggle?
Now it's all on Hyunmin's shoulders.
We got it.
Push coming through. The spot out, the double face, and a rate with another 3K. SEN with another round win to get up to double digits.
Shutting things down over towards A. Trying to walk through tree. And DRX unable to get it done. Even the single kill that we saw on B.
Big round.
DRX's
That's a
numbers
4v5 we
working
won.
out for them.
Nary's having a good map right now.
And their Sentinels hit that double digits. Walked in there, light armors, with full guns.
At this point where you have to be wondering when is that second timeout call going to be coming through. Sentinels.
Are we hearing the screams from the casters' mics?
Yes. That first half, never really feeling the heat. Still have 2 in their back pocket in case this gap does get closed.
Look, it can get something done.
Honestly, I said it yesterday, but I don't mind hearing the players getting excited. The problem is there's so much fucking delay. If it was in sync with what we see, it would be fucking sick.
Able to note this Viper that was trying to
Bang
get
got a
into
kill
a
on
flank
A.
position.
This is a half buy for DRX, and that's a kill. And that's a kill, by the way.
Yeah, Stinger to find him.
Now John with a lot to do here. Has to hold on. A little bit of support from Second from behind.
John holds him back. John QT
nice.
down immediately. Pivots back in to find the kill on Mako.
Nice.
Up and over the top to get ready to come.
Nice.
And that's just going to be John QT.
Where the fucking haters at? Where the fucking haters at?
1 by 1, a 4K. And Sentinels
Cinema,
now
cinema,
up to
cinema,
11-2 from taking DRX's map pick away.
IGL do be shooting right now. 11 on board for Sentinels. They want to clean this one up. It's a map choice.
I mean, that is crazy by Hyunmin.
John Cutie, my goodness. This nice little 4-piece coming through. DRX wanted Lotus. Sentinels say, not going to be your map.
And there's still no timeout call here for DRX.
They haven't used a single timeout the whole game?
Getting 7 in a row.
I think they're trolling if they don't call a timeout
any
here,
kind of overtime.
to be honest.
Back over towards A. DRX has been favoring this side plenty of times now. Sentinels will keep it light for now.
We have 3 ults.
No share this time on C. It's going to be the Viper's pick to hold it down. That's going to allow Celsius to rotate off.
They probably
Sentinels are so
get
prepared. Zekin on stairs.
and then ult A? No, Vice is on B, never mind.
That's just already huge information there from Zekin on the peak.
They're going B.
Smoke set up. The rate just a hair off being able to find these spams through the smokes. Paranoia now going to be sent onto the B site. Zelsis debating whether he wants to try to play forward, but the relay bolt will basically force the decision.
Molly. I like that
now
Molly.
Going to be popped.
He got spammed. Fuck my life.
Able to find him once
Fuck
again,
my
a kill
life.
through a smoke. As Mako goes on the late linger here, trying to see if he can intercept anybody
Viper
exiting from
ult.
the A site. Pit now going to go down for DRX. Nightfall available for
Nate
Marine. Could
sees?
send it, but it's gonna be a
Nice.
boom bot.
Rocket,
Find a
rocket,
kill on
rocket.
Ring. Rare sight indeed is now you got a TP around the back. Coming in from Bane as he arrives over at B main. Audioless showstopper lobbed in, kill not found.
What the
Bang.
fuck was
Getting out
that, bro?
close with Kenman watching
What
the
the
angle.
fuck was that?
Does manage to shove them back.
That's the funniest raise rocket I've ever
Sentinels,
seen,
do they continue
bro.
to go forward? They have the
I'm not
money to
gonna
buy
lie.
up for the next round.
Oh
No real
my
reason they're not trying to play it out, but
This
time
seems
is working
unwinnable
against
though.
them.
Just save.
Seems like in the end,
It's
everybody
fine.
gonna go their separate ways away from this spike. Snare
Wow,
looks for a
Nary's
little bit more
fucking
value and
feeling
will
it.
be able to find it. Flicker gonna be taken down, so still some damage dealt, but DRX managed to get themselves up to 7.
Was really coming through from that Nightfall. That was their one opportunity to maybe flush out that Viper's pit. Haunt being deployed as well, but once the utility is gone, Sentinel's losing a bit of confidence. DRX still have plenty of members alive. Sentinels are thinking, we got a good buffer of rounds here. We'll protect the economy.
It's okay.
Move forward a
I mean,
single
yeah, we
more
did use
round, but they
3
are just
ults,
2 away here. Sentinels,
right?
despite losing that
Oh,
one,
we
still
used,
looking like they're in the driver's seat overall this half so far. 4-2.
Yeah, Fade,
In terms of
Viper, and
rounds.
Raze. You're right.
Back to it.
And DRX,
That is a
smooth moves.
bit unfortunate.
A crunching onto B, solo kill to
I mean, the
Zelsis.
thing is,
Viper's
I don't
pit for the
hate what
plant.
Zekken did,
Removing
because
the threat of the
realistically,
Viper's pit
if
that
he
was placed on
satchels
C
into
from
that
John.
Viper ult, he just gets one shot by a shorty somewhere. I don't hate the gamble he took. It's just,
slowing
I
down
don't
now,
know.
grinding to a halt.
Maybe it's better to satchel through while your teammate runs with you.
Double stack on that
I don't
C
know.
entry. Second, watching, checking. There's a scale forward.
He
here.
was
Beat
mollied
pulls
off,
the
to be
angle
fair.
right
That's
as Bane
true. I
fills
wonder
that
if that was the
space.
reason as well. But he could have, like, satcheled through the molly. He might have just died, though.
I'm going to back out now. Show a bit of presence over towards C already. Sentinels decently far forward on Rubble this time around. Bangs played the spot multiple times. Spike's uncommitted on that side of the map, though. Prowlers exchanged.
Paranoia at the ready. Does get sent out. Quick tuck back as the haunt gets cleared.
They're going
It's gonna be
C.
a re-push up now.
They still got to work past the share.
40
Wall
seconds.
is there,
them.
Thorns there, Flash as well.
I mean, that one smoke really just
Molly?
tells us what's happening.
He's in.
Gunman sliding forward. This time Thorns
Nice
not gonna be able to find a kill, but
kills,
Zelsis certainly
Zelsis.
can.
And he has Vice ult.
Survives, 5 HP, regen armor, back up to 25.
Dude on tap?
Steel Garden
On
at
tap?
the ready.
Well, they can
send
dodge
it.
that,
This
I
paint
think.
shell gonna be lobbed up over the top. Mako gonna be eating a bit of damage there. Tries to back away,
Nice.
but John QT rushing forward. Able to find the kill. Primary still gonna be
Nice.
jammed to rate. Finding one, Flicker, trading back another.
Nice.
As that is just gonna be the dust settling.
Good retake.
I think a lot faster than
Good
Sentinels might have
retake.
even
Good
read.
fucking ult and
All
good
the kills
fucking
come
kills,
through, they get the
Zelsis.
defuse, and now they're
John
up
as
to
well.
map point.
And Zelsis didn't even
Nary
need to
went
use the
crazy,
breakpoint on
everyone.
Arthros there
Good job.
either.
Good job.
Perfectly finding the entry. Marco also left on an island for a
Okay,
while.
DRX
there as well.
probably
Once
timeout
Human
here.
goes
They
down,
have to.
Marco's trying to go for plant. Rest of his team still stuck behind the share. Sentinels using that time to regroup, to be able to go for that big push. And now, talk about the tactical pause coming through. DRX, time for Termi to get in and save this. 5 rounds to bring it to OT, and that's a lot to chew into.
It just
Close
feels like
it
it's
out.
a bit too late. It feels like this is a round too far past. Try to recover this one. I mean, you have some money, some buys. There will be some rifles, as well as an overdrive available. Making a play call, try to pull off an effective thrifty to then run back 4 more. It feels like this intervention could have been coming through a little bit sooner. Sentinels right now, though, fired up, red hot on the server, as they're looking to continue the trend of nothing but 2 zeros.
Just haven't been able to get a lot done on C. I feel like it's typically always been a failure for DRX. A lot more successful on the A and B side of the map.
Why am I screaming like that? I'm just whispering
Sentinels
a
also
little bit.
applying a bit more pressure on there as well. Last round, advanced move up from Bang. And the rate, I believe. I think the few B plants that DRX
All
have
right,
had have
here we go.
Oh, boy.
Match
actually been
point.
somewhat successful.
Well,
Odin's out.
going into your
Oh, he's on A as well.
point round, Narrate going to be bringing out the Odin.
They have 3 ults.
That's something that we've been seeing. And curious enough,
See the Brock cosplay come out on this map.
Henman holding on to the Vandal. I thought for sure that this would be a pass over onto Freeing, who at the moment is still their top fragger. Some damage eaten here from Hyunmin. Does
Any
manage to
damage?
scale forward.
Yeah, a
Gets
little bit.
second tucked away though here in the corner. By stairs.
Oh
Thorn's gonna be thrown
my
down. Paranoid. He is sent, and they're
God.
nearly lined up. Narrate doing so much
Nice
damage.
cover.
Bang holds the back
Oh,
angle. Hyunmin
nice,
dead
nice,
as the ball comes
nice.
down to nothing for DRX. Nothing left to stand on. The pieces tumble. Things
That
spiral
was
out
really
of
good.
control.
We
and
looked way better
Sentinels
here.
take the map
We
in
looked so
dominant
much better
fashion.
today.
Even a late
We looked
lurk
so
and-
much
or
better
rather, late
today.
flank coming
Even the
through
rounds
on
we
that
lost,
C-side
we
as well,
should have
just
won.
in case.
Like 3 of
A little bit
them.
of insurance
Way better
policy
today.
wasn't even required. Sentinels come through nice and clean on Lotus. Whatever that last timeout was coming through in DRX didn't give them enough to work through as the Odin just rips them apart.
Yeah, DRX dropping their map pick here is not good news for all Pacific fans. Sentinels looking like they are very switched on today. That game, it did not look close. It did not feel close. I felt like DRX, I was seeing a lot more hero plays needed than usual, and only a couple of rounds where they're actually getting good reads off where, you know, the rubble exchange. But outside of that, I felt like most of that was Sentinels, and Nara in particular, he was quite happy taking matters into his own hands, even just...
map.
A Yoru coming in, double duelist here for the side of DRX. As Freeing is going to be on the toe, and second is already tearing them to pieces. Had a bit of a rocky start there, did his second on the previous map. This time he is off to the races very quickly, as Mako similarly will get taken down. And this pistol is an absolute Greek tragedy for DRX thus far.
Zekin says, you don't want to run double sentinels, there's no problem for me. I'm going to slide on in, absolutely out-frag you every day of the week. And now DRX down to just the last two as Flicker shows up on his third role of the tournament so far. And he's not going to have too much to say in this particular round. Bane
Big
taken down by John
double entry by Zekin.
It's been Sova,
Another three-piece by John.
For Flicker. We'll see
Don't let it go unnoted.
We saw DRX on this map versus
Can I ask why is Tarik actually chill today?
Still
what am I on other days?
Quite well. That was a 12-14. Went to OT. BBL got those 2 OT rounds and clean things up, but a close enough map that would give you the confidence to say, hey, DRX can certainly play here, but they are using a different comp to what they showed yesterday.
Yeah,
I was tired yesterday.
Different, and
I feel better today.
You just have to scratch your head and wonder, okay, how much practice do they really have on this when you're making a quick pivot like that? Oftentimes, there's no real in-between. It either works.
Maybe because I'm trying to be quiet. I don't know.
It absolutely
I am trying to be
crumbles.
quiet.
Either way, a bit of a
It's
slower
late as
pace
fuck,
now.
bro.
Double creep up here at main. Mako freeing. Look at the try to overwhelm. Hyunmin out from Ali.
Wait, this is not fucking there, is Zekin?
Swap to the classic though,
I'm
and
so
Zekin
confused for a
catches him.
second.
Timing there,
Audio's low.
as there was util in hand. Dodge the relay bolt, and so far it's just the one kill. And as Flicker does arrive, he's going to be tucked into the corner.
There.
Swing around the back from Bane, but they are reading this beautifully and absolutely tearing them to bits.
Yep. Once more, Zekin.
Cams are fucked again,
Early on for a decent amount here, and if he gets another kill, didn't quite find it, but doesn't matter. He's 2 away from overdrive now. Just to show how much early presence he's had so far. Human at least had a response coming through from elbow. The 3-man trap with no weaponry, only classics available. You can only do so much. Human at least having that sheriff.
Do I have a diet I stick to?
Voiced his concern into that round a little bit.
Dude, I think having a diet is hard. I think it has to be your
We'll
lifestyle.
but
I just try to eat healthy, and then sometimes I indulge.
Round Sentinels are looking
Sometimes
clean.
I indulge.
They are looking clean in
bonus.
opening of Lotus, carrying that through strong as DRX, still changing things, still flipping things around. Same setup now though, over on towards A.
Nice entry, bro.
And it's just falling
nice.
apart so very quickly. No real recourse here.
Nice.
Flicker does readjust to find
That's
1
big.
second, going to be taken down,
their
but
asses.
the damage is dealt, and it looks like DRX, they're still rotating into position, but
I wish I knew what util they were using.
We've
replayed the same
Breach
3
Fade
rounds.
is so nice, right, chat? Breach Fade is so
almost
fucking
been the
nice.
exact same situation.
I'm watching
I think the problem with a diet is that a diet is temporary, right?
Both of these teams, and for
I think if you want to make
what
real
they're looking for
change, you have to
DRX is a
like
complete nightmare at the moment. It's constantly
change how you look at food entirely.
And you're calling the save. I think that might
because a
end up
diet
being the
is
case.
like,
Although Bane is
you're gonna do a diet and then you're gonna go back to normal.
Does manage to find 1, but Zelsis
Nice, Celsius. 3v1.
just swings in and finds that punish. So Mako alone.
Should save, yeah.
Yeah, surely he'll be out of here.
Clutch God of old has to just back away. No real opportunity to try to make a go of this.
Was it true that you have to carry Nico home after the Boston Major after party? That's a crazy thing to bring up.
Say of old, maybe Age is catching up to him.
Random.
And
But yeah, we did.
That Father Time
That
says
motherfucker
the
was fucked up.
1v3 statistically unlikely for him. And what a
He's
start
faded
from
than a hoe.
Sentinels. Didn't mind the double Sentinel look from DRX in yesterday's game versus BBL to have them now. Really, well actually that was on the first date to have them
Better,
really
I think on the B
change
stream
things
you
up.
might be right.
And for this to not have really any legs so far for DRX is quite concerning. And look how heavily they're going to stack over towards A. Condition 3 rounds in a row. And this is time for
friends with
Sentinels
XQC?
to change things up themselves.
We know each other, but we don't really talk like that. All
Hero
right,
rifle and Gilman.
this is
And just passed over from Mako, saying, okay. take
anti
this, try to use it to the best
eco
of your
for
ability.
DRX. Saved weapon.
See if he's going to be able to do so. Crunch attempt.
4A.
As Bang quickly going to reposition back over towards tiles. Gives up the space over at A main. Given util dump and footsteps heard. SEN are very well aware that this is a heavy stack on that A side of the map.
Crouch it? That's a high trick,
Crunch.
right?
possible here as well. Mid kind of looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, it would have been bad if he did.
DRX, Spike uncommitted.
Also on eco, you shouldn't take that risk, to be fair.
Testing the waters here is Sentinels. Their first slow round so far.
Nice shot.
Time to heat up. Zekin onto Flicker.
They know the cam's on the left.
No chance to do anything there with that Stinger. Bane now going to be out into the open as the cage is to go ahead, pops another to obfuscate. Then it's going to be out into the open. And it's just a firing squad here available. 2 Sentinels. Really both in the corner. Yedman with that hero rifle, that handover from Mako. Does manage to find 2.
He's alone with Spike.
It's a bit of damage, but they're still so
good info.
Fully
he knows one guy crossed.
Sees a play there.
Bang.
Very well aware of it, but Bang now looking for the 1-2 punch and drags across to find the headshot. We'll be able to do so. 4-0 start for Sentinels. And even with the kills coming through, it's an charge, but nothing more. Sen have plenty of cash.
And DRX, they really wanted to shut down A as well. You can see his opening play, just paranoid
down.
Drinking
water? Oh my god, I haven't been drinking water.
3, might have even been 4 members starting on A will be
usually
at least minimum another 3-man setup.
Gotta go.
Sentinels rather just start shifting around the map a little bit more, slow things down. Open kill from Zekin once more.
I don't think so, Natural.
I'm out of here.
Overwhelming towards B.
Ain't gonna lie, the screams in the background are ruining this shit. It's kind of whack, yeah.
Paranoia should be ready to go for Mako again. He's setting up for it.
Here we go, fast A.
Kemen just fully blinded up now.
Nice.
Zekin.
Paranoia so late.
Yeah, just sending out the overdrive. Ready to storm forward, take some space.
As well. Good trade, bro.
Back, fighting for 1, but
Omen's in the smoke.
The trades are there.
Do we dog this?
Sentinels. Everybody just
or fatal sight
in conjunction with one another so gorgeously.
You'll say that because Bang, or rather Mako, wasn't part of that play outside of throwing smoke and paranoia, he at least gets to live. But because things have slowed down a little bit, Bang has moved back over towards mid. Mako, good shot.
Both.
Finds one, is on the board.
Nice, Narrate.
And will now fall as Narrate takes him down. Pop flash sent
out
the smoke, and it's to their demise.
Good job.
The transfer cannot come through.
I gotta stop spoiling as well.
Closer though.
I keep saying it when I hear it.
But still, 5 in a row for Sentinels now. DRX.
It's hard to not say it though.
Get that coffee in there. It's past midday now in Riyadh.
We all hear it.
For DRX, A has just been a complete washout. Whether it's been 2 members, 3 members, or more.
We're owning this A fight hard.
Of the map. But just a slowdown from Sentinels, pulling Bane away. And the last 2 members from DRX.
I'm not looking at the store, I'm just listening.
From the same side of the map, unable to get anything done there.
The question at the moment is, when does it stop? Does it stop? Can Sen just continue?
Someone in chat said, what are the spoilers? Can anyone tell me?
Spat on the second, identify the
outlaw. You can hear the players yelling before the round ends. So you can kind of assume who won.
Already had a very strong suspicion about that weapon being in play.
Overdrive round potential for Human. And we weren't
sure for DRX.
He did in the previous map. Prowler instantly spots Mako, forcing him back. Central obviously going to be a bit more cautious given that DRX could be making some plays earlier on, but hasn't been the case. Working top mid now. First up, here we go, Zekin.
Bring it risk.
Might catch a timing on, well, Bang will take it. I was going to say catch a timing on free in.
I'm sending that out. Now the overdrive going to be sent in. Flicker, however, going to be taken down off screen. Overdrive finding one, looking for a little bit more. Does get the headshot there on the John QT. So
we just got to trade this market guy.
Bane holding forward here at market, but he has to do so much work. Point blank, finds a headshot, but can do nothing more. Second down, Mako with a recovered Phantom.
Hasn't done enough, though. I was going to say as well for Bane, can't get towards a weapon. But because Bane at least goes 1-to-1, you called him.
Good tag, good tag.
A clutch master of old Mako.
He has one smoke. How are we playing it?
Position revealed is a little bit harsh.
We're a bit split up. Oh, he's just
play up
jiggling.
Against Haunt and sees that Narrate has got
there has good
so good utility.
And Mako's going slow. This is good.
Sees the one, but has no idea about Zelsa's position. Is he playing off the cam? Is he playing in disconnected spots? Sees the door shut.
Smoked out ramp.
But it could be backside. Sets up the smoke. Another one bloomed. Sees, finding the grab.
Wow, good sees.
Decay in play. Just look at the spam amount.
I heard him say nice like a while ago.
6-0. The pain continues for Sen, or rather for DRX. From the hands of Sen.
Sen are the deliverers of that pain so far. Absolute dominant in this game. The fact that Narrate
6-0. No pause still? DRX?
Amount of util towards the end. Obviously, Hawk coming back online. Human did his best as so far he's been the one player that's been able to get a little bit of work done. But now the Haunt coming through for the scan just means it's too difficult for Mako to win in another kind of ninja defuse situation, although to be fair on Lotus, he actually got those 2 kills and then still got the defuse and was trying to make that magic work again. But even if he had won that round, we'll say, okay, this is good for DRX, but it was still so shaky to get to that point to force yourself into a situation where you kind of have to defuse under the most strict conditions.
KC
DRX,
is 7-3 KC.
If this is the way they fall out of the tournament, not a good look in terms of no maps won against BBL, no maps won against Sentinels.
Yeah, it's just been brutal for them. And obviously, I mean, the tournament itself, cutthroat in the setup.
Is there going to be a draw for playoff matches?
Pretty much just dive straight into play, into international competition. And at some points, against teams that you have never competed against players that you are not going to be familiar with.
I don't know. How's it going to work?
Playing against them in the lobby.
That being said, though, Sentinels is one of the teams that has the most tape out there. So when you're the DRX side of things, you play them internationally before that history is there.
Sometimes the tape is just not enough. I mean, people tell you, watching Paper X, studying.
You mentioned it a bit yesterday about how do they pick who's to swear.
I think they're
I mean, IGL is usually in the center, and then after that,
very much can be the same, especially given how rigid they are playing at
I
the
mean,
moment.
There it is.
But, okay, crunch
we got
play,
fucking
coming
owned
through
here.
the read off the back of the timeout.
You're gonna want to have rotators
flawless fashion. DRX will
play in between players, and then your anchors probably on the ends.
I think round 3,
because they're the ones that are like your anchors
down,
slash lurker probably on the ends. If you want to be like strategic about it, because those are the guys that are kind of playing their own game.
If they do this again, we're going to
and
run the
then
same
you're,
setup, one extra member, and catch
like duelist
them
and initiator and map control people probably in like the first 3.
From round number
I think
7, DRX.
The way that I see it
Time
making
to see
sense.
if they can string together some rounds to salvage this half, because you know Sentinels with 6 locked in.
But
this is already going to be a
everyone's got their own approach. Some teams put a duelist in the center.
DRX picking up 5 in a row, so
just so we can thrive under the
finishing 4-8 would be pretty damn good at this
stage.
The
energy maybe.
Plenty of space taken for ultimate to work with here for DRX. Can manage the ult economy well enough. That 5 in a row, it's obviously possible. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, but it will be incredibly difficult as Cam does get spotted and cleared.
Okay, mid control, we're pushing back A.
Quick clear on the Prowler. Mako backing away. His drone does get cleared before Zekin's position gets noted.
I don't think Bang was seen either. He was hiding behind terrain.
Zekin creeping forward. Flash gonna be set.
Full flash.
Full connection.
Wow, how did he get away?
Down mid.
That's Neon right there.
Cleans up a kill on the Flicker. Hunter Sphere now gonna be going across Bane, able to find Zekin, looking for another little tag here. Won't be able to find it, but the neural depth is now going to be in play. They're just dumping the ultimates. Instant headshot down here onto Zelsis. The cleanup comes through.
Nice trade.
Being revealed with a double face, and Narrate gets the better of Hyunmin.
Good sees.
See what Bane can do here. Here's the K'd up, sees one player. Does he have enough spam? Does he have the flick available? Which is not going to be there. Freeing.
Oh, wow.
Freeing gets the readjusted
I'm surprised Bane didn't spam. Damn, that sucks. It was a good swarm by him.
That was looking like it was going to end up being in a 1v1, but Freeing gets it done.
Yeah,
I think we looked
delivers.
fine, though.
We saw these moments on Lotus, but they were too late in rounds, unwinnable situations. Yeah, it's a cheeky couple of kills on a 1v5.
We look way better
now
today.
The numbers are workable for DRX. Freeing, he shows up, he finds the kills. And what a way to finish for DRX. That's 2 in a row now, just on to 3, all come up the same side. But Ultimate's connecting there as well, despite losing 1 early on in mid. Hunter's Fury getting a couple tags. Neural Theft being in played as well from Bane. A team effort from DRX.
It's a B-pop. I like the pace change.
Gives a layup for Freeing to get a 3K to finish it out.
Flicker is going to be at risk here potentially.
Oh my god, imagine that hit.
Shot goes wide. Zelsis stays alive. There's at the doors. Nightfall goes across
There's
onto the
4
B
here.
side. Tucked back from Bane. Does lose his audio.
Oh my god.
Nearly loses his life.
Scans.
There's the reveal. Bane able to find 1. Bang going to be dead on entry. Zekin needing the reposition. There's the dimensional drift leads the charge.
Scan the
some
trip.
shots out. The right Zekin now.
Damn.
Dead.
They had 4 here.
Last one standing. Finds the enemy side.
I don't hate what we did.
Surrounded. Paranoia goes wide.
Hello?
Headshot into the spray down, finds the kill, looks for a little bit more. Flicker at risk, needs to play back as the neural depth is going to be infested. Zelsis wants to try to make a go of this, but he's tagged down, just 51 HP and completely overwhelmed.
The 3 members, as you would, and all 3 dipping in and out of cover. And for Zelsis, too much work to do
pause,
there.
good pause.
Tactical timeout coming in through. Large for DRX this time around. Not waiting until it's literally match point or map point. The Sentinels thinking very much the same. Holding strong now on that B side.
A little Sun watch party going on
and
there.
crunching them down with a flawless on that A side as well.
Wait, they said hi, Tarik. Check this out. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it, but. And they said hi, Tarik. That's kind of cool. Damn. Damn.
Could just set the stage for a map 3.
I wonder if it's time to go back over towards A, where a lot of that early success in the first 6 rounds were found. 4 Sentinels, of course, they only got punished that one time. So as long as they consider that,
from
how
Rob,
much do they believe that DRX are ready to just put 4 members aggressively on that A choke again?
Great Cypher util setup as well. Coming through there from Bane, playing off of those reveals. Just through that smoke and market.
Thank you, JDM.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Into the action, round 10. Stinger in the hand of Zelsis, otherwise still going to be a very healthy buy overall. A couple half armors, majority of half armors there on to Sentinels. Still do have a Rolling Thunder to try to play around with.
Drone saw a decent amount in terms of, well, didn't see anyone.
Flicker
that is a decent amount of info for DRX. Just going to be flicking.
Oh, you made a step. You made a step.
Forward.
We heard it.
Gatecrash is super far away as well, so they're going to end up playing towards. And they retake it.
That Fade Dog.
Get the Gatecrash
that narrates Fade Dog.
And he to the exit, ends up greeting for it.
Freeing.
And then it's going to be him dead off the rip. Player advantage now.
Freeing is feeling it. We have breach stun. Good stun.
Freeing going to be scouted. Some shots flying.
Fuck.
That damage is enough for him to play
no
off
smoke
of
back
stun.
call. Bang.
Second, but got to spam. Does manage to find Mako. Picked apart as the Rolling Thunder goes out.
Oh my god, the fade out is so good.
Another Genman trying to poke Rod, trying to get what he can done, but Bang finds
good job. Good fucking job
Genman
here.
and SEN
good fucking job here.
The run back. 3 rounds in a row, now severed. Sentinels confirm a lead at the half.
Keep the pressure up, Rolling Thunder in, don't let it go. Freeing, stunned up, drops in a recon, not enough to slow things down. Sentinels run
Sentinel. Wait, what did he say? Sentinels?
Losing nobody.
Sentinels? Sentinels?
And yeah, Flicker, rough so far on this map, greeted that angle a little bit. Flashed out, wanted to scope it again, punished. Not a single kill, couldn't Gatecrash away. Will try his hand at using the operator again. This time, a little bit more conservative on his angle.
Hasn't been finding that value quite
wow,
just yet.
what an entry. Zach's going crazy with the entries right now. Wait, he missed the fucking Fade Dog.
Will be taken, but again, it's so far away.
Oh my god, careful.
He goes. It's paranoia set.
Ew, that was not a good play, Mako. I'm sorry.
Working off his own. I mean, Bane couldn't get there in time. Mako just doing his own thing. A little bit. Flicker still far away.
I like the spot that Bangs in. Jiggle from Dice.
It's so late into the half.
Double peek. Double peek. Even better.
Not likely, however, 1 versus 4. I think Flicker knows it's done.
What does the constellation final mean? 3rd place match.
Sentinels.
Bang, bang.
They're going to do everything to try to get rid of this weapon, take everything they can out of the hands of DRX. This op widely is their last hope. Overdrive still 3 charges away. There's no money on anyone. Double push now coming through here at Boba. Finds the first.
Gun him down, gun him down. I have max money.
Flank coming through over towards B main. Stun coming in, but have to hit the no scope. Tries to go for the quick scope, but cannot get it done. Nothing retained, nothing saved. Sentinels looking for the 9-3.
Operator wasn't really doing too much with DRX, if I'm completely honest here. Flicker himself is having a bit of a rough one, not just on this map, but today in general. And now
talk about the fact that with the op.
Talk about the fact that a 4 and 8 would be a decent finish for DRX, considering how his half has gone. It is still within contention, but at this point it does sound a bit like code because the Sentinel 9-3 finish is what is expected now.
We've been abusing A hard.
Really to even use here.
Cypher's on A now.
Ring is going to pick up his Stinger, does at least have the ultimate.
Oh no, they got our alert.
Over towards B main.
Speed up, eh?
Pressure in towards B main, able to find that kill. Zels is taken
down.
Gotta
be careful for strips though.
He's gonna be exchanged though, and look at where Bang has ended up. Back B over at Boba.
He's out.
Wait,
what? The back?
Bam, Sin finds Mako. They're
back
side now, just strafes forward with the overdrive.
Zekin?
Cleans up Bane and suddenly
3v2.
A 2v3.
Here comes
Oh my
Bang.
god.
Activated late.
Wait, Bang is lurking.
Surely
I didn't
has
notice.
his timing. I mean,
Oh,
DRX is
wow,
no
we won.
clue. This is going to be easy.
Spots of both, and yep, we'll be able to collect them. 9-3 is found. DRX getting swatted aside at every twist and turn. Sentinels so firmly are in control.
Yeah, a few rounds going well for them. That number 7 crunching on A, a flawless. You start to
9-3.
feel
We look
DRX
so much better
buying
today.
themselves back into this map. Then a couple more rounds ending over towards the B side as well, shutting Sentinels out, and you're thinking, okay, we can make this one competitive. Tactical timeout comes through.
Can we mute the crowd?
Choice words exchanged.
I hate to inform you, it's not the crowd, it's the
Sentinels, and
players.
it's back to business as usual, and a clean ending 9-3 on our first half here. And once again, multiple times, finishing on A, and just very little to say about that from the DRX side.
Okay, I'll stop
Flicker
pointing out
2
the
rounds
spoilers.
and
I'm
an
sorry.
op.
You guys are right. Some people probably don't notice
Nothing
it.
found,
So
nothing gained.
I'm ruining your experience.
An attempted save
And I'm fast
on
on
round
it too,
11,
I'm not gonna lie.
and then walk
I'm
it
pretty
in,
fast on
final
it. I
round
hear
and
it,
a
I
half
know
with
right away.
Barely even full weaponry for
I'll
the
stop
entire
pointing
team.
out.
Couple of half buys, couple ultimates in there, but so easily navigated through from the side of Sentinels, and then a late activation from a big TP from the Shadows via Bang, or just close the door.
I'm not watching the scoreboard, I just hear it.
What a rebound here from Sentinels. From nail-biting, stressful gameplay yesterday versus XLG with a sub to this absolute dominance on display here. DRX in the past, I mean, they have run back some massive deficits.
Small break here.
The OGs of the
We'll
210
thank
return.
we'll thank some donies on the
But that was a
halftime.
very different roster, a very different era.
Morsu
and a
with
very
50,
different Sentinels
thank you,
as well.
Tell you
Morsu,
what, the fans
appreciate
were
you.
doing a little
Swift
bit
with the
about
5,
North
thank you.
America
Sandy with the
yesterday,
10,
given
thank you.
G2
Dexter with the 10,
out
thank you.
Sentinels
Seth
looking
Brokes with the
a little bit
50,
shaky.
thank you.
NRG
We're
being the
approaching
husband. Well,
3K
today, the
fast
Sentinels
and
that everyone has
furiously.
been waiting to see, that we all knew
Thank
was
you, guys.
going to be a heavy
Appreciate
favorite
you.
for this competition.
All right, here we go.
Certainly arrived.
Where are we
Gonna
going?
make Sunset City
Where are they
here.
going?
SEN City. A
we have 4
2-0
guys
to push
in
them
spawn.
through into the
What's
top
happening?
8, joining the likes of NRG and Fnatic and the rest.
It's tech. It's tech. It's tech for sure. Just kidding. It's not tech. Just kidding. It's not tech. It's live.
Once again, 4 ghosts here in hand for DRX. Same setup
I have random 2 decks.
for the side of
No, we're good.
Sentinels. Saw that very
Someone said
quick
stop complaining about the
aggression
ads.
coming
Just
out.
take it.
The first
W.
pistol, see if that does continue. In second, shoot forward,
Oh,
does
fuck.
get revealed, but no counter spam available, so stays alive, stays healthy.
Happy to play very defensively over onto the A side as well. Just John QT there. Camera from Zelsis.
Oh,
There's
fuck.
a
He's
couple of
alone.
players spotted. John in a bit of trouble here. Has util, but needs to have the pistol
Nice
out and will
shot,
deliver onto
bro.
Marco.
Marco's just not reading that at all.
I like that he's fighting back
Fault line,
instead.
John QT gonna try his odds to push forward here. Fight against Flicker. Flash, send, turns from it.
Nice!
Profits
Flash
from it.
himself.
John
Nice.
QT.
John is playing this so
Unfortunately
well
finds
right
a
now.
headshot.
Help me. Help me. Where the fuck are you,
Keeps Sen
Zelsis?
now. A 2-player advantage.
Spike planted.
He might be looking for more.
Wow, he lived and got 2. Literally perfect.
Shots flying, a bit
And he
of
has a
counter
flash
spam.
still. Neon's on the flank. Cinema in the chat.
Spike planted and all DRX need to try to play forward up into the cage here. They go, but
Oh,
they just
Bane is
spam the
sad.
angle. Bane loses his life. Not even sure what hit
I
him.
ain't saying
Was
shit.
fully blinded up by the paranoia.
Perfect read on Bane.
Then with a check back around the corner, but leaves his teammate all alone, freeing Falls. As will the hopes of DRX. 10 rounds
Big.
now locked in.
Big.
The Sentinels look to run away with this series.
Time to see a force from DRX. I mean, this is really dire straits now.
That was a John
You're about
round.
to put Sentinels up to 11. And
Wait, how many
DRX, are they
pistols
gonna
have we got
any
this
more life
series?
in this map at all?
On
Once Sentinels
Lotus?
hit 11, I mean, what kind of pressure you be under to have that level of a gap between yourselves? Criminal how long John Q was able to
was
live there.
8-4
Just
first half.
flicker, not finding anything today. Marco
We got 3.
caught with hands on
Damn.
util. And then
That's
John
more than we got the
survives
whole
at Sen,
event. This
clean things
series,
up,
we got more
and
pistols than the whole
DRX,
event.
only human having something to say in that round.
And not even attempt.
I think we had
at
like
the
2
real
before
force
this
here.
series.
Flicker
Out of like 8
threatens a Singer for a brief little moment, but ultimately
or 6.
leaves it in the shop.
No, out of 8. Because we've
We
played
saw triple full armors on Sentinels, and they were ready for the
we've
potential
played
of
6
it.
maps, right?
Spot on the one. Zelsis playing forward. Catches a straight headshot there from Freeing. So a kill going to be found. Spike can now be planted. Getting that in play, but Sentinel still looking to dissuade and try to find a quick retake here. As Aftershock tries to push him out into the open. Narrate going to be coming away with one. Running out of bullets here is a second, but it might not matter because Narrate.
I'm not going to lie, these guys look free.
So on point today.
We look really good, though.
Another multi-kill around here for the Fade.
They're just getting
defuse.
fucked.
Sen 2 rounds away from eliminating DRX here at EWC.
And they got the timing as well. Narrate's found Nightfall super early on, given his level of contribution in terms of kills. We'll talk about this one. DRX not going to force in the previous round means you will more than likely end up delivering 11 to Sen. And with this level of
elimination match, by the way. This will qualify us to playoffs.
Themselves back into relevancy for this map. And
bad news for Flicker, he's on Pie Watch.
Even get a hint of a smell of what Haven might be like.
Am I supporting DRX?
At least they got into sight, but the
yes, I'm supporting DRX on a safe flight back home.
So plentiful.
What the fuck's happening?
The odds for them here.
Right here.
Making anything happen. Looking fairly slim.
What am I hearing right now? Am I fucking tweaking out?
It was just the Bucky in hand here from Zekin. To try to drive this forward, get them up to that match point.
We're watching a same game?
Silence here across the map.
DRX. Still yet to really find any openings across any part of the map so far. Here comes the first drone, instantly shut down as well on the A side. As we'll start the lean over towards B, straight into the hands of 3, waiting. Maybe a late crunch coming through from Market as well. A couple traps to get past.
Bucky at the ready. Zekin not falling for the fake out. Fast lane about the fall. Repositions.
Wow.
Catches one. Will get traded out.
Well done, bro.
Damage dealt. Henman, however,
oh no, we needed to trade that.
Celsius.
It's okay, it's bonus.
Immediately dispatches them. And gives the 2-player advantage over to the side of the RX.
And a late lurk for Bane as well. Let's see that activation a little bit later on. Could get a bit of a play through Boba.
Big shots there from Narrate. Doesn't confirm the kill, but puts Freeing down the 10 HP. Has the haunt at the ready.
Human on the angles all can set himself up with.
I don't think that was for Pie. I think it's 3 and 13.
Crossfire will be pretty deadly. Narrate coming through. Sees one, but will pay for it.
Crossfire angle there. Freeing does manage to go ahead and find that kill. And going to be good for 1.
I'm assuming that's just a little
kid. Find some additional damage here, perhaps, but the spike, the time is just not quite going to be there.
I'll wait.
And it looks like all DRX will be able to make their way out towards safety. So we'll scoop up the Phantom, keep himself alive. DRX fighting back.
I got him.
Not
oh wait, there's
allowing
another guy.
for Sen to get up to match point quite just yet.
Taking down John early as well, preventing some of that util from really rescuing Sentinels.
Flicker's one off Pie.
And despite losing Marco, or Bane will still be able to come in and rejoin the rest of the team. So, all right, round 3.
So fast.
In the books.
I'm fast, fuck boy.
That shot just before he gets flashed up as well. Give you a bit of hope that Sentinels are about to make some magic happen over on B.
All right.
But eventually DRX will be to flood in, find the frags required, enter into post plant. Numbers advantage ready to go. Speaking of which, Sen.
That's true.
Money's back in now. And as talked about a couple rounds previous, Nightfall had been earned by Narrate. Could be a good round to bring that through.
It's getting kind of hot in here. I got to turn the AC on.
And quiet to start.
Ooh.
Door shut at Market. And Zelsis over in that position, ready to play off of the Cypher util here. Should anybody fall into that line of sight of his cam.
Just another early pusher from Bane over onto mid. This time, though, DRX working their way on the A side. Directly into 2. C's ready to go.
Nice. Good, good stall util.
Paranoid prepped. DRX. We'll just wait a little bit for this one.
Oh.
Still waiting.
His Omen ult.
Can't seeing nothing. Just some poking and prodding, but DRX are very much running this clock down. Forward position in mid. Mako.
They're going B.
Gonna look to try to break things open. Close quarter comp.
Good stun as well.
Able to find the first. Gets
good damage.
More damage across Mako as well as Bane. Both tagged up considerably as Flicker.
30 seconds left.
Down to
nice,
30.
bro.
Zelsis continuing.
Nice, bro. We look fucking amazing,
shots,
man.
Now gone the round. All
we look
over
amazing.
Free is the last one standing. Spike in hand. Finds
okay.
one.
We're chilling.
But needs to go
we're chilling. Mode. We're chilling. We're chilling.
Needs an ace clutch. The time.
Wait, did he pie Flicker? He did.
Really there.
Left.
Nearly peeks into backside, nearly peeks into 2 players. Tries to go
Surprise.
for the stick, but now they have arrived.
12-4, baby, let's
shut
go.
it down. Ace not allowed. They get
I
themselves
didn't expect
down
DRX
at
to get
point.
owned like
Fring
this.
is always a threat, but unfortunately it's another situation
I
like we
don't
saw
know
the Lotus
DRX
too late
well
in the
enough,
round.
but yeah,
Too
they did
much
not
work
look
to do.
I
No
think
time to
honestly
do it, and
we look so
his
much
aim is
better
sharp
today.
He's able to collect.
I don't know
when
what to say about
required.
DRX. Like,
One
it's
of the few
definitely
players showing some
underperformance,
decent amount of
but
consistency.
I think Sentinel
But
showed
my
up.
goodness,
Like, they
trying
look
to walk
so
on
much
towards
better
B.
today.
Zelsa's second and the rest.
This is
just
the first
shutting
pie
down
of the event.
every
It might be.
single angle. And a lot of this came down to the fact that just bleeding the timer down early from DRX. Make
DRX
final
were the
move
favorites
over
going
towards
into this
B.
match?
Flicker goes in on like 30 HP.
That's
You're
crazy.
just not expecting too much.
Looking for a quick hit here.
Oh, he might be dead.
Thundersphere, the tag, the
He is
kill.
dead.
Zelsis going to be taken down. Looking for a little bit more. Nothing else found. Sight
4v5
wide open here for
retake, we have
DRX. They
Fatal.
look to get the plant in play. Nightfall available. Should they decide to go for the retake? Second has a judge and can quickly close the gap.
Good.
But now Narrator's
Nice.
going to fall.
No Fatal.
Quickly traded back, but
Planted.
player advantage still going to be here in the
He
hands of
tens,
DRX.
tens. Show me
Still full
bang.
util though. John QD got a lot to play through here. Second as well. Fast lane. Watch for that.
Yes, stun and wall.
Are they going to
There's
find
trip, though.
everyone in time though? Human in a good spot.
Clear the trip.
Double flash.
Relay bolt now. Going to be sent. The push forward. Mongo
Nice.
dead. Behind the box second. Able to find a John
Nice!
Gets the other,
Whoa!
and that's it. Done and dusted.
Oh my
13 to
God.
4. Sen. Give it the 1, 2,
Fucking
3 count.
beautiful.
They retake. They demolish. And they
Wow.
stay alive.
Good fucking job, man.
Into the top 8, they
We
go.
look
Surgical
so much
precision
better
in that
today.
last round, but also the
So
entirety of that
much
last map.
better.
Only 4 rounds going the way of DRX.
I'm gonna pee fast.
As one of Pacific's hopefuls are eliminated from EWC. Enjoy for North American fans as 2 North American teams will fall, but 2 will continue, particularly one of the hot, heavy favorites in Sentinels, who yesterday looked a little bit shaky, but today, all confidence, all smiles, all mechanics on point, everything working as it should, and for DRX, the complete opposite.
Do love the camaraderie, love the hug there between Zelsis and Bane, who's been known as the Korean Zelsis himself, the hype man of DRX. But unfortunately for DRX, not that much to be hyped about. A good start in the best of 1 phase, but as soon as they got to the longer series, it's been nothing but struggles, nothing but map losses.
Oh, and it was a decent debut for Flicker on our opening day, but just too quiet this time around. However, Sentinels, lots to celebrate about. Let's go down to Mitch to have an interview.
Here with Zelsis from Sentinels, who just got a very
Let's go,
clean
Zelsis.
win over DRX and scored Sen City 200 points in the club championship, going through to the playoffs. That's pretty huge. Now, Zelsis, what a difference that day makes. I mean, XLG yesterday, that took a little while. That was a long series, but today it was very clean and very sweet revenge for your game in Bangkok, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not an easy tournament for sure, so we're just taking each match by match and hopefully surviving. Obviously, we made playoffs now, so we're happy.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, I believe the first seeds, if I remember correctly, is Paper X and Fnatic, teams you're very recently familiar with. BBL's in there, who you guys played in the opener, very close match there. And also your boys from back home, NRG.
Yeah.
Those are all the first seeds, so I think you'll be playing one of those guys. We'll wait for the draw, but thoughts on any of those
This is a
guys?
draw earlier
I want to
today.
play BBL because I think they got a little too big for their boots after our first match. I think it was a little bit of a fluke, and we had a lot of troubles on the first day, so I want to play them and shit on them because I think they're horrible. So
What the fuck?
Very good,
All
very
right,
good.
cool.
Always very eloquent with your words, Zelsis. That's why we love you. Now, look, your game today, very, very
What the
clean.
fuck?
You guys look very on point.
Eloquent with your words is
particular thing,
crazy.
that changed today, you know, in terms of just getting some better rest or changing up your approach or anything, because you guys are on fire.
Yeah, I mean,
think he
we
said he
flew
wants to
here,
play,
like, 2 days before the event, so obviously jet lag is
BBL,
a huge part of like. I mean, for me, I like my sleep. You know, I'm old. I'm getting there. So, yeah, me personally, I've been struggling with sleep. I know a couple of our guys on the team have been struggling with sleep. So I think the deeper we go in the tournament, I think the more alive we'll come. And we had a huge team talk after the BL1 loss. So I think we're on the right track right now, yeah.
Well, after a quick 2-0 like that, you'll have a lot more time to rest, mate. I'm going to go let you do just yet. Congrats on the win, and we'll throw it back up to the desk.
Big win for us. Big win for us.
Thank you very much.
We looked infinitely better today, but we're going to keep it moving. I'll thank the donations after this map with KC BLG 10-11.
There's not going to be an over peak from the lead.
See what's going on here.
I'm right in saying that. They still have the camera to cover off that space. Nap spotted outside A, but he's backing off, and it doesn't look like KC or...